So let's talk about clothes. There's always people trying to come up with something new, marketing, fashion, something to look good in. And so I'm going to preface this with something that I kind of went through a long time ago with men ties. And so fortunately, ties have just gone out of fashion. Thank goodness, because they were like wearing a portable hangman's noose. So used to, we had medium sized ties about 2 inches wide. Then they went to 4 inches wide, and then they went to an inch wide. And then what I did is, and I still have them from my 20s, but they're all still medium ties. I said, I'm not switching. I'm buying a tie that I like, and that's it. And men mostly wear medium sized ties now. So why invest in stuff that's just a fashion trend? Now, if you're on the Tonight Show, and like I'll give you an example with Johnny Carson, you can watch his ties change all through there. And of course, you might even ask, who's Johnny Carson? But he was the first Tonight Show host basically for about 30 years. So the thing you need to know is the clothing companies are marketing you to buy their products, high end products for men, mainly women. And I'm going to give you a few ideas on how to save a little bit of money. And I wish it had been around when I was in my major working life. It was good for about the last 10 years. So I reference Sam's Club a lot. Costco also has the same idea about clothes. But in my work, I needed slacks or Dockers and a pullover polo shirt. That's all I needed. And so in the beginning, they had long sleeve shirts and things like that, which you might need in winter, and that's fine too. But basically, we'll talk about what you can buy. So you can go to Sam's and look through the men's section, and you can actually buy pants for $10 to $20. Okay, and some of them are name brand, and you'll see uh, a label on there that says 69.95, and they're marked down to 19.95, and that's just the way it goes. So Sam's has really gotten into the clothing line, and you can buy name brand pullover polo shirts. The one I like is Greg Norman uh, polos because they have the shark on the front. They're kind of cool, and they're $10. Excuse me, $20. Now, the point about the shirts now is Members Mark is their house brand. So they have pullover polo shirts that are $10. Now, you just have to think about this. You can go to Sam's and buy 10 shirts for $10, and they usually have 5 colors, and you have to kind of act quickly because the size you need might be gone very quickly. But if you had 10 shirts and you're going to wash, you could wash all 10 shirts in one load and have 2 more weeks of wear. Slacks, buy 3 pair and alternate them and do it that way. And that way you don't have much invested. You might have $200 invested in shirts, slacks, socks, and that's it. You're done. And even socks are at Sam's. You can buy those there. You don't have to buy all that kind of stuff anywhere else, and you save money. And I don't know if you're trying to go to a fashion show or you want, like I used to know one guy that he was like almost Armani suit guy. And I looked at it that I sweat, I get dirty, they tear, they rip. And then what you can do is, I'm a second use kind of guy. So take those shirts and use them for your outside work. And then sweat in them, get them dirty. If you tear them, they're already that way. Who cares? And go buy 10 more the next year. So for the whole year, you're spending $200 for a wardrobe, and that's it. Now, women, I'm going to talk to you about something. I know it's a lot harder, and they market to you a lot harder, and men don't care as much. But the one trend that I'm seeing, or have seen for quite a while, are jeans with the holes in them. The knees are cut out and things like that. And so I look at it this way. Let's just take a number, $100 for a pair of jeans that have already been cut and torn up, and you're buying them for 100. All right, the first thing I'll say is go look at Sam's and see if they have a pair of jeans you like. If not, then maybe go to a thrift store if you have the time or the want. I'd say jeans are pretty easy to buy there in your size, and then take them home and cut them yourself. That's all you have to do, is just cut them yourself, and you can design your own jeans. You don't have to buy them off the lot. There was a Netflix story about Halston, who was the designer, and Calvin Klein brought out brought out denim jeans. Okay, so they went to Halston and they said, "Hey, we want you to do the same thing." And he goes, I'm not going to design dungarees, which is what they were called." And then 6 months later, he goes, "Well, I've decided on a material that would work." And they said, "Well, you're too late. Calvin Klein took over the market and all that." So it doesn't matter what brand you wear, or at least to me. But if you want to get a specific brand, go somewhere else, like a secondhand shop. My wife and I go to a shop that is there for abused women, and they have a lot of people donate. They have lots of nice stuff at very good prices, and they're wonderful. And you're helping a worthy cause, a charitable cause. Shoes. I know that there's Skechers stores all around, and Skechers is trying to move up market, but you can go buy Skechers shoes, tennis shoes, and you can buy dress shoes from Skechers. If you need, like in a work environment, you need black leather looking shoes. Skechers has those too. I wore those and they were fine. And then one of the things I want to bring up is I experienced that I needed a better tennis shoe. And the tennis shoe was recommended by my foot doctor was either Hoka's or New Balance. So I had been to New York and I saw everybody's wearing Hoka's, and I thought, okay, that's the way I want to go. And so I bought some Hoka's, and my gosh, I bought a set of Bondi 2s, which were much stiffer than the others, and I love them, and they're great. Pardon me. And they're fantastic. So I went to the foot doctor again a few years later, and I was talking to him, and I looked at his shoes, and they were black. And I said, "What are you wearing now?" And he goes, "Kirkland." So Kirkland is the Costco name, Costco home brand. And so what's really funny about this Kirkland brand is I went over to Costco to look, they didn't have any. But I got online and looked for Kirkland, and I found them on eBay, on Amazon. They're everywhere. And he goes, "You don't need to buy Hoka's anymore. You can just buy Kirkland's, and they will support your feet. They're fantastic. I think you can get them in white. They look more like a men's shoe, but they're $30." And I'm looking now. I'm a function over form kind of person, or function over fashion. Now, of course, I think women need to have nice shoes to go out in, and there's places to look for them, and they come on sale at different places. You know more about this than I do. Men get away with a lot more, but a good way to really cut down on your expenses is to go ahead and start looking at a way to buy clothes that are a lot cheaper. And like, I knew a guy long time ago, back in the 80s, he had on a three-piece suit. He was using a razor blade. He not only cut the coat, he cut the vest. And so I think as a joke, he cut the pants and he gave them away. Probably spent $300 or $400 on that suit. And I just don't see any reason to do that. I don't think that it makes that much difference, but that's me. And ladies, with your jeans, this is the funny story of the day. So a long time ago, this lady started making jeans with holes in them, and she took them outside and took a 22 rifle and shot holes into them, and she designed her own jeans. Now that's probably going to be a little hard in some of our metro cities, but go home, look at the jeans you like in a store, and then take a picture of it and go home and buy some jeans and cut them yourself. And I remember long time ago, we used to take our old jeans that were worn out, cut off the legs, pull the strings out, and you had jean shorts with the strings hanging down, and that was the cool look. And so these are the things I'm going to tell you to do, is think about where you're spending your money, and then try to find a way not to spend your money and save it, or put it in your 401k or your Roth IRA, and go from there. So as usual, like, subscribe, click the bell icon, but most of all, please tell your friends about this channel so that they can learn how to avoid retiring without any money. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to take you all on a voyage to become a millionaire. Nice seeing you all, and I will talk to you later. Goodbye.